hated it so much. And I was like, do I really want to do this? Everything takes so much time.
So much longer than you would think.
I mean, this whole industry is really inconsistent and nothing's guaranteed. So we were faced with a lot of issues like a couple days before going to camera. We were delayed by a day. Actress shut us down. We've already shot everything. We just want to be on your platform. It was created for Out TV. I have a cleft lip scar, and I was like, I'll be honest with you. It's something that I'm finally accepting and I really love about myself. And she was like, yes! I love seeing that every single person has a job, and without them, it wouldn't be able to happen. We could give more money to indie creators, and I get everyone's trying to run a business. Get why we're here and why it is the way it is. I just wish it would change.
Before we get into the interview, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean so much to us, and it doesn't cost you a damn thing. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Alrighty, I like to start off with an easy question of how did you get into the arts?
Oh my goodness.
How did it work out for you?
Easy question.
Did you always want to be an actor from young age?
Yeah, I was always that weird kid that wanted to entertain. I'd write inappropriate songs that a child should not be singing, dancing, all of that. High school I got into theater, and I was like, cool, I think I found my place. But then I also wanted to contribute to society, and so the alternative was to become a cop.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally.
What?
So it was, become a cop or become an actor. And I went the other way initially. I tried to pursue that. Went to school for psych. Fucking hated it. Realized I just wanted to play a cop on a TV show or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about that like all the time. Because I'd be like, okay, practical jobs. Lawyer, doctor, cop, all of them. And then I'd be like, but I could play all of those on TV or film.
Exactly.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so it took me a while to finally decide that I wanted to pursue this full time.
Yeah.
And take it seriously.
Nice.
So 10 years ago now.
Excellent.
Really
and what was the moment for you that made you take it seriously and decide?
I was elbow deep in a dirty toilet.
All good stories start that way.
Yeah. I had a cleaning business. I was living in Calgary, and I was 21, and the company was going really well. I had an opportunity to expand, but I hated it so much. And I was like, do I really want to do this? Like, do I want to be a business owner for house cleaning? It wasn't adding up. And so I looked online for a gig, and I managed to book a Fringe Festival tour, like a Western Fringe Festival tour.
Nice.
And so I spent a whole summer doing that, and it was amazing. And it was supposed to be this one-off thing. It wasn't. It was not a one-off thing.
Spoiler alert.
I was like, fuck everything. I got rid of my business. I kind of went the long route. I was like, I gotta go to school for something that I can do while I'm pursuing acting instead of just going to school for acting. I was only 21. I was a baby. So I went to school for aesthetics, and during that time, I transitioned out of my company, moved to Ontario, and I did that simultaneously for years, like doing aesthetics and pursuing acting. And it served me really well, because we all know you need a side hustle while you're pursuing this. So it worked out.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I wanted to learn more about film and television specifically, so that's why I came to Toronto.
Okay, I was gonna ask, Toronto versus BC.
I know.
Was that a thing, or you were always just like, yeah, Toronto?
Well, my family's originally from Ontario.
Okay.
So my parents were here, not in Toronto, but close to Toronto.
Ooh.
And it just made sense to come back here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are they from outside of Toronto?
We are from Sault Ste. Marie.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
As far as hell.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So then came here. Do you still have a side job?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, many. I got actually really lucky for 2 years.
Okay.
Where I did not, I was actually pursuing this full time. It's a beautiful 2 years.
Love.
And then last year I joined the union. I joined ACTRA, and
those 2 years
things changed.
Slowed down a little bit?
A lot.
Yeah.
And so I went back to getting a job.
Are you getting good quality auditions though since joining the union? Because I've heard that someone said the quality or quantity goes down, but the quality is good.
I think any other time, yes.
Oh,
but
right.
Given
because
the industry sucks right now.
Yeah, there's
absolute trash.
Strike.
Yeah. So I think it's been a hard year for most people.
Yeah.
But being new to the union, I think I'm a new face. There's a lot of uncertainty bringing a new person into projects, and
right.
So I didn't get as many opportunities as I had hoped for, but that's okay. It is what it is. Thank goodness I produce and write my own shit. Otherwise, I would be devastated. But
right.
I'm like, I got a little bit of hope. I have a little bit of control over my career. So,
yes.
Yeah.
100%. And what made you go union? Like, what was the project that happened for you that got you union?
Yeah. So it's Two Brothers, which is on Out TV. It was our second season. Amazing. And between season 1 and season 2, a lot of the actors went union. So my producing partner, Andrew Meikle, and I, we do the show together. And so we were like, shit, we've got to make the show union for season 2.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And there were a lot of pros and cons to it. We actually felt legitimate. We're like, look at us, you know? But my gosh, was it difficult.
Yeah.
And it then meant a lot of the actors had to choose whether they joined the union or not. And I was one of those people where I got my 3 permits really quick, and I was kind of in a position where I needed to join. And I was like, okay, the universe is deciding for me that it is time. I've been in for 10 years, and a lot of people are like, how are you not in the union yet? I'm like, I don't know. I've just...
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. They don't make it easy.
Yeah,
really,
shout out to my mom who just asks, how do you join?
How do you
call someone? Like, we're like, the fuck?
Yeah, just ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Can you like pay into it? I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, if only it was that easy.
Yeah, right? Also, if I had the money.
Right?
You know? But yeah, oh my gosh, they do not make it easy.
No, they don't. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to seize this opportunity.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I don't regret it. It's obviously not been the most fruitful year out of my career, but I think that's normal in this long journey that we're on, that we're going to have times like this, because I mean, this whole industry is really inconsistent and nothing's guaranteed. So it actually gave me permission to focus on other things for a year.
Nice.
You know, the grind is rough, and I realized that I had been neglecting so much of my own personal life that I was like, wow, I've got time for other things. Okay, I guess I should prioritize that. And so it was good. Nice. Yeah.
Nice. And what were some other things that you weren't prioritizing? Just like self-care?
Yeah, all of it. My health, my relationships. All of it. It's incredible. I have to say, anyone in this industry who is 100% committed to their career and are, giving it their everything, there's a really good chance that they're neglecting other parts of their life, because it's hard. Yeah. It's so difficult to balance it all. And naturally we want to prioritize this over everything else, but you can't all the time. You can at times. Yeah. Sometimes you're called to focus on other things, and the timing couldn't have worked out better, because I was definitely called to figure out my shit.
Universal's like, it is time.
It is time. Time to just take a back seat.
Yeah. You get to sit with yourself.
Yeah, take a hard look, Allisha. So I took a hard look. Yeah.
That's amazing. And what are the, being a writer and producer and all that kind of stuff, what were some of the things you didn't know about going from non-union to union with two brothers? What are some things that you learned along the way with that?
Ooh, what are some things that I've learned? Oh my goodness. I feel like that's a loaded question.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I learned a lot about the union as a producer.
Yeah.
Being an actor, you kind of learn about them from that standpoint, like the benefits of being an actor. But as a producer, it is a whole other ballgame. Having done 2 seasons and a Christmas special for Bell 5 TV, non-union, and the way we would run that show, completely different than how we had to run a union show.
Really?
The rules, there were so many things that we didn't know that we had to learn the hard way while being on set, and which was a gift because now next season it'll be a lot easier. But yeah, so I think...
What was something that surprised you with the rules that you had to do different once it went union?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to choose my words very carefully.
We can cut anything.
Oh my
after.
gosh.
This is why we're not live.
Well, okay. I think as a producer in general, you only know what you know. And Andrew and I had some mentorship prior to going to camera, and they gave us a lot of food for thought, but they can't tell you everything. And so we were faced with a lot of issues like a couple days before going to camera. We were delayed by a day. Actress shut us down over just like small things, small logistics, signing paperwork properly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just small things like that. Again, I'm choosing my words very carefully.
I love it.
I don't want to get in trouble, okay? But any other producer,
and letting us produce.
Yeah, any other producer can tell you that it is probably the least fun part of producing a show. But they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think our actors were really excited. It's kind of like everyone's leveled up together.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that was really surprising is that whenever you have like nudity or anything like that, you need to get permits for that.
Right.
For the people that are doing nude scenes or intimacy scenes. What we didn't know that is if there is a little bum cheek showing, anyone else in the vicinity that could potentially see it also needs to be permitted.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't know that. Did not know that. As someone,
so they have to just like consent to being like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to be working the lights and I'm going to see a butt cheek today.
Yeah. Well, as an actor, so like a background actor, for example.
Oh, okay.
And so
gotcha.
someone brought one of our sponsors, the underwear sponsors. Anyway, one of them shows a little more cheek than the others, and we didn't know that. So we got in shit for having a little too much ass. Yeah. Like, okay, good to know.
Funny.
It's a juicy show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, are you still in festival rounds for that? Because I know you traveled for a little bit with the festival rounds as well.
Some web festivals.
Yes.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
tell us how good you did.
Oh my gosh, if I can remember, I'm terrible. So we won at a couple festivals, Best Ensemble Cast. We do have a really large and incredible cast. Best LGBTQ Series, Best Original Score. I think there's a couple other ones that are slipping my mind right now.
We will list all of them below.
Yeah. It was a much
but
better season.
Did very well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And people can watch it where?
On Out TV.
Ayo.
Yes.
That's so awesome. And from start to finish of like getting that on its feet and doing, was it always through grants and stuff like that? Because I met you at TO Webfest. A lot of that is like Out TV and grants and networking on that side of things. Is that how it started as well with
No.
grants? No, you guys just did it?
Yeah.
You just did the thing?
We just did the thing.
I fucking love it.
Andrew, my bestie and work partner, this has been a long time dream of his, and he started this journey years ago. It had a completely different name, and right before, or I guess during the pandemic, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this again, but making some changes, making it more adult friendly. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on board. Let's do it. So we did it all during the pandemic, and we had no funding. And so everyone that came on board, they were just hungry to work, and they believed in the project, and we frickin' lucked out. And we did things very unconventionally. Usually you would pitch to a network, they'd buy the show, you'd get a licensing fee or something. We had already shot the whole show, and at this point we just wanted to put our name out there. And so we went to Out TV and we were like, hey, we've already shot everything. We just want to be on your platform. It was created for Out TV. And they're like, what do you want for it? And we're like, we just want to be on the platform. That's it. So we just gave it to them.
Nice.
We gave it to them, and it worked out because when it came time for season 2, they had the numbers. The show did really well on their network. We had built quite a following, especially within the queer community.
Amazing.
And so then we had leverage for season 2. We got a really great licensing fee, and then we applied for grants. We were shocked that we got any freaking money for it. We're like, you're gonna give us money? And then Andrew and I are like, what do we do with all the money? Not that there's a lot, but like, now we actually have to make this work and answer to Bell, answer to Out TV. It was amazing. It was
amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That is so cool. Have you had any issues like answering to the networks and stuff like that, or they've been really good to work with?
So good.
Nice. Good answer.
Yeah. And that is so genuine.
No, that's awesome.
Coming for more money for season 3, just say.
It has to. It has to continuously just get bigger and better, and that requires more money.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Yeah. And Brad, the CEO of OTV, was like, shows sometimes don't pick up till season 3. So
I remember him saying that at TO Webfest.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
The best.
I loved listening to him speak.
I know.
That was so, he just like very straightforward about like where the industry is at and where we need it to go and why it's not getting there. And then, I love that it's like, you have a following on stuff, but like season 3, season 4, we really want to make sure that you guys have a vision for season 3, season 4, because like that's when things really start popping. And I was like, this goes against everything I've been told.
I know.
You know? Like,
thank you, Brad.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brad. I learned so much. It was so great.
Yeah, very insightful.
Awesome.
Which is great for us because it's hard not to be discouraged. You know, you put so much work in, and you're like, okay, we expected a little more. We've done great, but naturally, you know, you always want to do better. And we're like, okay, no, season 3, season 4, we've got a long road ahead of us, and it's just the start. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it just gives you that nice little cushion, that buffer of like, okay, we'll get there. We don't have to immediately be there.
Yeah.
Which is so,
takes so much time.
yeah.
Everything takes so much time.
So much longer than you would think.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And you know what's wild? As creatives, I think we're equipped with this sense of, I can feel it. It's right around the corner. My time is coming. Yeah, what?
The corner is 5 years long.
Yeah. The delusion.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember being like 3 years in, like, Mom, I call her like, I booked this short film it's going to be the thing that sets off my career. Like,
right?
No, it's
I
not.
know, always.
No, it's
always.
not.
Be like, this is the one.
This is the
Someone's
one.
gonna see it, and there goes my career.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
But isn't it a good thing that we have that?
Yeah, 100%. It's necessary.
Thank
to be
God for the
honest.
delusion.
Like, yeah, otherwise.
We would have quit forever ago.
Yeah, exactly. If I didn't have this like belief that it's gonna happen for me somehow, some way, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Don't know how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
But yeah, the Delulu is a necessary.
Yeah, to think that we're that 1%, which we are.
Right? I know.
We are.
Anytime people are like, oh, you know, it's so hard, you know, only 1% gets there, I'm like, you're looking at the 1%.
Yeah.
Like,
You are in her presence right now.
Like, catch me while you can.
Would you like my autograph now? Well, it's free.
Exactly, right? Do you want to take a picture now? Just be like, I knew her before she was big.
I knew her when.
100%. I love it so much. Oh, so good. Acting. Who's your agent right now?
Terry Ritter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you love Terry Ritter?
I love Terry.
I've heard only good things.
She is amazing.
Yes.
The whole Ritter agency
Yes.
is, yeah. They could start a cult and I'd be like, yes. They could absolutely start a cult and I would join. I've already joined. I'm in it.
You are a member.
I am a member. Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. How long have you been with them?
Just over oh my gosh, year and a half.
Year and a half?
Yeah, year and a
Nice.
half. I wanted her.
Yeah.
I just, that weird feeling. There's so many incredible
just knew.
agents. I just knew. I sent her email after email. Embarrassing.
You'll get me eventually.
Yeah. Right?
One day you'll be on the same page as me and know that we're destined.
So when I finally, I had some friends with her, and finally one of them was like, hey, there's another actor who's really great. Has been trying to reach out. And she was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen any of them. They all just went to, I don't know.
No way.
She didn't see any of them. And so when she finally reached out, I was like, by the way, all those emails I sent you, you could just, don't worry about it. Don't look for them.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's only one or two.
It's just only one or two.
One or two. I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I can barely remember now. 72 emails.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, I just had a feeling, and her and I vibed right off the hop. But the biggest thing with her, and I think every agent should be like this, is that she was the first person in the industry who looked at my difference, like my cleft lip scar, and saw it as like a gift. Like, she was like, that's the thing. That's what sets you apart.
Yeah.
Let's lean into it. And I was like, let's what?
Let's what? Yeah.
Let's what? She's like, your next headshots. She's like, I want us to see it. And it was so strange because I had all my other previous headshots. It's not something that I wanted to hide in the headshots, but I'm very aware of how lighting changes my scar because it's flat on the one side.
Right.
And so even when I'm shooting, I'm very mindful of that. And so this time she's like, no, all that out the window. Let's see it.
Not. And everybody else is like, it's a hindrance?
Not a hindrance. It was just, it was never talked about. It, I don't know. It was just never talked about. But she was trying to pull it out of me. She's like, so is there anything else you want to tell me about yourself? Like something that's different that like maybe you like about yourself? And I was like, well, I have a cleft lip scar, and I was like, I'll be honest with you, it's something that I'm finally accepting and I really love about myself. And she was like, yes! I was hoping you were gonna say that. And I was like, oh, okay. This is great. I got off the call with her and I actually cried because I for the first time in my career, I was starting to feel more confident about it and good about it. I mean, I'm creating a whole freaking show about it now.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I was like, oh, she believes in me. All the parts.
That's
all the
amazing.
parts. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate.
That's awesome. But yeah, now you're making a whole show about it, you said?
Yeah.
Alrighty, tell me about the show. Tell me about it.
Right. It's called The H Word.
Yes.
It's a comedy drama series. The H stands for a fairly offensive term, which is hair lip, which is still used quite often instead of cleft lip.
When we met in person, I was telling you that for which play was it? I think it was Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
But we took it out.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. Somebody had, I think, a nephew or a niece that has a cleft lip, and they said that's
Can we get this super out of here? Yeah, super offensive.
Yeah, like we just not.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the wild thing is that no one knows. No one really knows about that facial difference or other facial differences at all. And it affects so many. Like for the cleft lip specifically, it's 1 in 700. And so you rarely see it in media, and if you do, it's never portrayed well. Facial scarring, all of that. And so I love comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just felt like it was time to create something that was very personal to me, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun, but also brings up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to find humor in all of the darkness.
All of the shit that you've lived through.
And my goal is it's not just a love letter to the cleft and facial difference community. I really want anyone who grew up feeling different be able to relate to the show.
Yeah.
The lead character is now in their 30s, finally going to therapy because relationships, work, all of that. We were just talking about therapy, and trying to come to terms with a lot of the insecurities that linger from growing up feeling different or isolated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so when did your journey of starting to love it begin?
Oh, I feel it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
No, trust.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where.
Does it depend on the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
even so, it's again, everything takes forever. This February, I think it'll be like 2 years that I actually started. Feels like it was just yesterday. And when I had started, I was still in a very fragile place. Someone had saw the script, another writer that I work with, and was like, what's that on my laptop? And I'm like, oh, but he loved the concept so much. He's like, we're doing it. And I was like, holy shit, I don't think I'm ready. But then it just evolved. And so as I've been doing it, it's been this roller coaster of feeling super confident and then feeling not so confident. And I think it's just an ongoing thing. That's how it is with everyone for any type of insecurity though. I mean, it takes constant work. It's incredible the things that surface when you don't expect it. And technically I'm now on a journey of advocacy with this, which I didn't think I was doing. I just wanted to create something that was meaningful and hilarious and that people could relate to. So now all of a sudden I'm being called to choose my words very carefully when I'm talking about the community that I'm in. But also I feel entitled now to, when someone uses language that's not inclusive or whatever, to say something. But I'm still so insecure in a lot of ways that it's hard for me to speak up. And it's incredible the encounters I've had in the last year where someone has said some really offensive shit about the cleft lip specifically and how it looks or whichever. And I freeze up. I just freeze up as well. And then I go home and I'm so angry and I'm like, I should have told him to, it could have been a teaching moment.
It's so hard in the moment. People pleasers. So I don't even want to make you feel bad. But you should.
I know. I was like, damn it. Should have just been like,
right?
So it's definitely an ongoing thing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Have you ever had casting issues with it, or anybody in the industry that way say oh, you're only going to be cast for these roles because of it, or anything like that?
I can't think of a time where anyone has said anything.
But you felt it.
Oh, well, do you want to ask me how many horror films I've done?
Oh my God, stop, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I debated It's tough because the last horror film I did, and I was the lead. It was a feature film. It was a big deal for me. It was such a long time shooting it, but by the time that we were, finishing shooting, I had started this journey, and I really dove into how scarring is portrayed in media. It's always the villain. They're usually in a horror film. Oh, girl.
The
things
Joker,
they're doing
just off the top of your head.
Yeah, just let's throw a big one in there.
Yeah.
Even video games, all of that. And so then I felt so icky. And I was like, man, people are gonna drag me through the mud that I agreed to doing another horror film and basically feeding into the trope. And so now I'm in that place where I'm like, oh, do I ever accept another horror film? But
do you like doing them?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I went to the screening and I fucking killed it.
Okay? Yes. I love that.
I killed it as the villain. And it is so fun. And you know what? Whether they subconsciously selected me because of the way I look or not, I don't know. I'll never really know. But it's not the first horror film I've done. I never really play the romantic lead or the girl that's pretty or do you know what I mean? Like casting, I feel like has already kind of put me in a box.
And also the casting for pretty romantic interest is like this big.
It's so small.
It's like very specific.
Very specific.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
To even try to get in that box.
Oh, I know. And I learned that really early on, taking acting classes. All the other girls in my class would get the scripts that they would get were like the hot blonde and like whatever. Girl next door. Yeah. And then I would get the craziest scripts. So the scripts that I would get would be definitely more challenging. But the ugly character, like cry, hysterical, crazy, whatever. And I remember when it clicked for me, like what was happening, and I bawled my eyes out. And then, reframe, I was like, look at the roles that they're getting. Look at how easy they are.
Yes.
Look how easy they are.
Yeah.
I'm being challenged. Whether it has something to do with the way I look, it doesn't matter. They believe that I can do these scripts and they take work. I'm a good fucking actor. And that is the most important thing. That is always going to be the most important thing. And so, yeah, I was like channeling that, and I'm going to take that with me, keep giving me these scripts.
Right?
Yeah.
100%. That's amazing.
But I'm glad no one has ever really said anything. I think that would be a
See, I do. So, I mean, I used to hate my nose. And I think I've grown into it. I was probably worse as a kid. But like, okay, profile. I don't like my profile for this. And it's not even big.
No, it's
not even big. It's not, I know it's just a me thing. But
we
then
all have
I saw,
a thing. It's okay.
right? And then I saw the girl who plays the nun. Have you seen her? She's got the craziest fucking nose. I love it. It's the nun. I'll pull it up for you right now.
Pull it up, please.
Show you a picture.
Show me.
But again, she's the villain because she's got a crazy ass nose. And I was like, first of all, I was just happy to see someone with a different fucking face.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh my God, yes, girl, she's working.
Yeah.
But I'll never see her as the love interest, or I'll never see her as like the romantic lead, or, you know, the girl like boss bitch killing it, you know? And I was like, oh, that's not right. But anyway.
Show me.
This is her.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen her. She played, do you remember Shallow Hal?
Yes.
She plays one of like the ugly girls.
I'm trying to think, I'm like, where have I seen her? It must be Shallow Hal.
Yeah, she played one of the ugly girls on the dance floor or something like that, or an ugly girl that he meets. And I'm like,
going through her photos, like look at they do her dirty. They do her so dirty. But these few right here, gosh, she's stunning.
Right?
She's so,
I know, she's got intense like bone structure.
Oh, I love when I see something different on someone.
I love a different face.
You know what? The chances that they hate that quality about themselves is really high, and I just 100%. Think it is the thing that makes them so hot.
Yes.
So hot.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree. Every time I'm like, whoa, I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
And I love
Why
it.
am I a little turned on?
Well, I'm feeling something. 100%. But yeah, we need more different faces.
We do.
We do.
We really
100%.
do. Yeah. I think it's important. And I feel like even people who don't have any type of difference also want that. There's just something about seeing a relatable character.
Yeah. That's where I think British talent have gotten it right. Like, they cast real bodies.
Real people.
Real people.
Yeah. Yep,
and
they do.
It's so easy to watch.
Yeah.
So natural to watch. And you're just like, yeah, that's kind of what the world looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing. So do you have a plan of, is it still in writing pre-production?
Yeah, pre-production.
Nice.
We're hoping in the new year to actually start pitching.
Ooh,
Yeah, I was supposed to
exciting.
pitch this year, but hey, it was a growth year.
Yeah.
Took care of my personal
Everything
shit.
happens slower than you think it's going to.
So this year I'm gonna dedicate it to that show and creating and getting it done. I have an incredible team.
And do you want it for Out TV as well, or which network are you looking at?
CBC Gem.
Ayo.
Gem, I'm coming for you.
Jam.
Gem, I'm coming for you.
Uncut jam.
Uncut Gem.
We're going with they may say jam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be really good on their platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a comedy.
Yeah.
And it's a series.
Yeah.
How long of a series?
So 8 episodes.
Nice.
20 to 22 minutes per episode.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
And comedy. Also
Comedy,
love.
yeah.
That's amazing. That is so cool. I love that. Ooh, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
That is so cool. So I know you're still, do you have like a draft and you're just like nitpicking and going through it, or what stage of the process are you in for pre?
So the co-writer and I are still in the draft of the full 8 episodes.
Nice.
We have like the structure and everything done. It's just a matter of plugging away. And so over the next couple months, we're going to be busy with that. And if we were talking about how, you're told one thing and then you find out things are different. Well, before it was networks, I guess, didn't really care to see finalized scripts. A lot of them, it's like they like a show concept. They sometimes bring on even their story editors, whatever. And now I think they actually want to see finished scripts. And so the director and co-producer was like, don't bother writing the scripts, it's fine. And I was like, I have this feeling. Like we need to write this.
Sample of
yeah. And so sure enough, someone just told me, they're like, nah, they're gonna wanna see the first draft. I'm like, perfect. That'll take us like no time. I'll get the first draft done. And we do have the pilot episode shot as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so we do have a pilot episode.
That's
so much
awesome.
has changed since we've shot the pilot. Like we've really expanded the world and brought in a lot of new elements. But it's a good base, I feel like, to show a network like, hey, this is the content, this is what we're doing, this is the angle.
Did you shoot the pilot with the grant money?
No.
Because I just found out about
I applied multiple times.
Is it IPF? Independent Project Fund?
Yeah, and Ontario Creates has a development fund as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just no dice, they were like...
No. So it's like, I'm going to do this on my own then.
Hey, yes you are. Yeah. I love that.
I did crowdfunding, which I've never done before.
Are you comfortable doing that?
No.
Like, okay, I was going to say, is that a natural thing for you? Because I feel like some people are like, yeah, no problem. I'll send out my stuff and ask for money. And I'm like, please give me $1. Like,
yeah, I don't know what it is, especially when it comes to money. I get fucking weird.
Yeah,
I get weird,
right?
And you're like, please, family and friends, please,
like, fund my dream,
help me in poor. Yeah,
exactly.
I felt so weird about it, but given the content, and then I had started promoting the show prior because I wanted to get a feel, and I was applying for development grants, so I wanted to be like, hey, look at the show already has a bit of a following, the community really wants this.
Right.
But they ended up getting real hungry for it. Like they wanted it. And so someone was like, well, if the community is so big, why couldn't you just raise the money? And I was like, well, yeah, that's a very good point.
That's a good point.
That was a really good point. So
I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah. I kind of regret not asking for more money, to be completely honest, because it costs a lot.
Did you use Kickstarter or GoFundMe? Kickstarter?
I used Kickstarter.
Nice.
And we raised just over $12,000 in like 20 some days.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What?
And so it was
That's
like
so cool.
just enough to get it done. It's actually not enough to shoot a 20-minute pilot, but thank goodness for all the previous work I've done. Like a production studio in Belleville gave me locations for free. A lot of people worked for pennies, if nothing at all.
Right?
Yeah. So
that's how you get shit done.
That's how you get shit done. That is how you do it. Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing. And so what you said you wish you asked for more, how much would you have asked for?
I think I could have done it better with 20K.
Nice.
I think, I mean, it's
Good
$1,000 a
round
minute.
number.
Yeah, $1,000 a minute. Yeah, because there's definitely some things I wish I could have done differently, and I wish I could have taken more time. Like we put a lot in. Like we shot everything in 2 days, and it's just not enough time. And so I can see where some things were rushed, and I'm like, oh.
So just certain shots you would want to take more time with?
Yeah,
Okay.
do a little differently. But we had a budget, we got it done, proud of it regardless, and it was just so much fun too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a little taste of what's to come.
Yes. Are you a perfectionist at all? Yeah. Okay. So when you say like I would want to do it better, but at least it's done, I was thinking in my head, well, it's not perfect but finished.
Yeah.
You know, because that's I mean, I think a lot of people try to master that, and it's hard to
Yeah, the fact that I just
even
got
get started.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I gotta remind myself that sometimes. Like, girl, at least you did it. At least you're doing it.
Yes.
At least you're
Doing
trying.
the damn thing.
Doing the damn thing. And
100%.
Yeah, sometimes that in itself is enough. Yeah, at least you're trying.
Yeah. Other than acting, what's your favorite part of the production process? Like, do you like producing the most, or you like to be director the most, or writer?
I'd actually love to get into directing.
Yeah?
I've always wanted to get into directing. I'll probably eventually direct one of my own projects unless someone wants to give me an opportunity. I think I'd be really good at it.
This is the Delulu we need.
This is the Delulu.
No, but you do
everything.
I totally feel that, because you do have a sense of like, okay, I think this is what it would entail, and I think I would be good at it.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that to start, otherwise you would never start.
Absolutely.
So yeah, 100%.
Well, when you've been in it for quite some time, and I'm a very observant person, when I'm on set, just an actor, I don't just go sit down. I am watching the collaborative effort, and okay, so you're asking me what I love the most. That is what I love the most.
Watching.
I love seeing that every single person has a job, and without them, it wouldn't be able to happen.
Yes.
It wouldn't be able to happen. It is such a collaborative effort. And I think that's so freaking great. Producing's a nightmare, like, because a lot of it involves trying to get money.
Like producing. It's so much paperwork. It's
I
like the
don't think
least,
anyone
for
really
me, like
likes
the least
it.
creative part of the whole
Budgets, spreadsheets.
necessary. We love you producers.
Yeah.
But yeah, the least creative side of it.
Do it because we want to
have
be
to.
creative, and we have to do that to be creative.
Exactly. And I shouldn't say the least creative part. It's just, I guess, the most like office feely, and I don't like office feely.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah.
Some people love producing, and you know what? We love you.
You want to come on board? I'll give you a cut. I'll give you a cut in what we're earning, which is nothing at the moment, but
thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. I love it. That's so you want to get directing.
Yeah.
Then do you think you would just direct one of your, like, an episode out of your show?
I guess I could. The director I brought on, he's just so amazing. Victor Cooper. He was the director for our sketch show for Bell 5.
Nice.
And he is probably the most creative person I've ever met in my life, and he just has an eye for things. And I think I would be doing a disservice to my own project to not have him direct it.
Nice.
Yeah, because you can only do so much when you're in front of the camera.
Yeah. I think it would just, for me personally, would make it so much slower because I'd have to watch back every take.
Right?
Everybody would have like 5 minutes between each shot.
Yes, exactly. And it'd be stressful, and with him, we always get the shots we need, but then he always reserves time for play, and he'll have these freaking crazy ideas.
Nice.
I don't know how he comes up with them. He's like, hey, you want to just try this? And I'm like, that's so insane. Yes. Let's do it. And it ends up being great every time. I'm like, see, it's just an element
that is so
of that he brings to every production that he does. So yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'll have to maybe do like a short film or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. CBC Jump.
Yeah.
Here she is.
In the new year, I am coming in hot.
Coming in
hot.
Coming for you.
Yeah. It's you or no one else.
It's only you.
It's only you. I only have eyes for you. I wanted
great.
Terry. I got Terry. So,
Hey, there you go.
Manifesting.
Manifesting
it.
Get it? I love it so much. If you could change anything about the Canadian industry, what would you change? Very light, not pressure question.
Okay. Well,
I'll give you a moment to think as I pour my water in this mug. Made by Creative Full Time.
I know what I want to change. How we approach it and make it happen, I don't know. But I will say, as an indie producer and creator, I feel like we are like all of our resources are being taken up. We also can't afford a lot of the resources that are available here because we have really big productions that come in and they take over. They scoop up everything. And we just can't compete. We can't compete. And so I'd like for that to change. And like naturally be like, well, just get them the fuck out. That is not how that works.
Also doesn't work.
Doesn't work that way.
But like maybe a studio just dedicated to independent or more grants dedicated to independent.
I think that'd be nice.
Stuff like that.
I think that'd be nice. Yeah, like specifically for independent. Because I even know Ontario Creates, like, amazing. Like, we are so lucky in Canada that we have funding available to us. Like, that is, my like American creators, I don't know how they're doing it. They're self-funding projects, which is wild. And so I'm very grateful. But, you know, when you're watching Deadpool and Wolverine and you're seeing Ontario Creates at the bottom of the credits, you're like, really? What? How much did they give them?
That's
with their last $50,000 that they absolutely needed for their budget? Like, I don't, what?
Yeah, so true. Because, like, they won't have enough money coming out of Disney.
You can go to one of your private investors. Like, what? So things like that, yeah. I mean, if we could give more money to indie creators, or, and I get everyone's trying to run a business and needs to make money. And so if you have a production studio and you cater to indie creators and you want to have affordable pricing, well, you're a company, you also need to make money.
Yeah.
And overhead for everything is so expensive. So I get why we're here and why it is the way it is. I just wish it would change.
I just wish it was vastly
better.
different.
That'd be great.
100%.
Yeah, and I wish too, like, there's this weird perception that people need to leave to become famous in Canada.
Yes.
What's up with that?
What is up with that?
What is
Should probably just put a talk show hosted by a really good-looking person on CBC Job. And I'll make all of you famous.
Allison, you are a problem solver. This is why you're
we
great.
need at least one talk show. We have no talk shows where it's just like interviewing talent that belongs here.
You are so right.
None.
We're pitching it right now. This is the pitch.
Yeah. You got one now.
Yeah.
You're
I think that's a
welcome.
great idea.
Yeah. Because we don't even like brag about our own accomplishments.
No, we don't.
Like,
no.
We're very humble, which is, I mean, I'm not.
To a fault.
A lot of people are humble. Canadians are humble, but yeah, to a fault, where it's like, the only thing I would take from like the American industry is like how loud and braggy it is. Yeah. And then I would like to be more body inclusive, like the Brits.
Yeah.
I think we try really hard to be American
when we just need to
we don't even like America that much. Yeah. No offense.
But no, we need to do our own thing.
Yeah.
When we brag about Canada. When we're creating Canadian content, we need to make sure they know that it's fucking Canadian content.
Yeah, like we don't even have an identity.
Yeah.
Barely.
Come on.
Right?
So annoying.
People outside of Canada will know Schitt's Creek.
Like, thank you.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Schitt's Creek,
like,
putting us on the map.
Yeah, we love you, Schitt's Creek. I love Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
But we need more. We need more. Like, just like keep on. And I don't think Schitt's Creek wouldn't have happened if like Dan Levy wasn't Dan Levy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, more independent stuff. There's gonna be more Schitt's Creeks around. You're writing one. You're writing a comedy right now that's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So like, let's fucking bump it up. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but here I am. I'm aiming for a Canadian network. I really want it to do well in Canada.
Yes.
And a lot of my followers are not here, and it's going to suck. Like, you know,
they download the app.
Right?
We're getting you app downloads, CBC Jam.
But I really want it to be a Canadian show.
Right?
Take place in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the leaving and coming back. I don't know. It's a weird thing where we don't even, as fans of like creators here, we don't appreciate talent until you've gone to LA to do something and then we go, oh, you are a serious actor, artist, musician, whatever. Now that you've been to LA or New York, like, oh. You've left here with your talents? Bring them back. It's so weird.
We want you now.
Yeah. It's like, okay, now you can be in anything you want in Canada. Yeah. So I don't know. It is a strange.
And I also think it's strange. Like, I look at someone like a Canadian actor and I think they're famous. Like, you know, the cast of Working Moms, for example.
Yes.
You're famous.
Right.
And then you go to their Instagram and you're like, you don't have that many followers. Like,
we're very bad at building fan base here, I feel like.
Like, where are your fans? Like,
come on, fans.
The only reason is because they're Canadian and it's a Canadian show. I think that is the only difference.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. We're bad at being fans. We got to be better fans.
Better fans.
Yeah. Of this podcast. By the way, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hilarious. I asked this in my last interview too, mostly because I'm asking myself this question a lot and I want to know other people's opinions about it too, is how you differentiate burnout versus laziness.
Ooh.
Right? It's a puzzler. Like, I don't know.
So this last year, oh man, the fact that you're asking this question, I really struggled with that a lot, going back and forth, because I've been such a hustler the last 10 years. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This last year, I was exhausted. My health wasn't doing good, and so I knew I needed to prioritize that. But then you kind of get in this like cycle of not being so committed to your career, not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, and then feeling guilty for not doing it. And I was just like, is this burnout or am I just now fucking lazy?
Right?
Like, it's been so hard to get back into the momentum. And then I'm like, am I doing myself a disservice with the whole like, well, I'm taking me time. Well, how long are you going to take the me time for? Right? How long are you going to nurture this burnout? How long are you? It's wild.
And then am I just procrastinating, or is this actual rest that I need?
Yeah.
Like, am I just making up tasks in my mind? Like, oh, you know, you should really just like sit down and meditate instead of sending out emails because I don't want to send out emails or because I actually need to meditate. Like I don't even know.
That resonates with me so much. I just, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's tough. How do you know the difference? I think it probably depends on the individual because burnout looks different for everyone.
That's so true.
Yeah, it really does. Whether that's mental, physical, spiritual.
Yeah. And in hustle culture, it's friggin' hard. Like we're raised to having to do everything all at once, all the time.
Yeah.
And if somebody's like waiting on you for anything, you're shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Finding the balance is so fun.
Balance.
What balance?
Yeah. My gosh, this whole year with the H word, I had such momentum, and then, oh man, I found myself apologizing, being like, oh, if you only knew me a year ago, like, I had so
much
days
fire.
off. Yeah. And then now I'm dead to the world. I'm like telling my co-writer, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't get my deadlines this week. I couldn't push myself to do it. You know what? Here's the moment I realized I was burnt out and I needed to take a break. I had to meet a deadline for writing. I sat down at my desk to write and I fucking bawled my eyes out. I was angry at the work. I was so mad. I was like, ooh, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, I used to love this.
I'm supposed to enjoy this process of creating a show that means a lot to me, but I fucking resented it all of a sudden because I needed time for myself and I felt like I couldn't take it. Yeah.
Damn.
And again, my team's incredible, and Sarah, my co-writer, who also has a cleft lip, which is incredible. So she's been so good to work with because she knows when you're mentally not in a good headspace, then writing about shit that's really heavy and you're trying to find a way to make it funny, it's just not happening.
It's super dark humor today.
And she was like, no one else is making this show. It's just us. We're gonna just do it when we do it.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
I'll come back to it when I'm feeling good and fresh and ready and like, you know, so I don't hate the whole process. Because how terrible would that be? I look back, and, you know, in the future when it's made and be like, yeah, it's done.
Yeah, that was a terrible time in my life.
Fucking terrible time.
Fucking God, it's done. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. So now I'm starting to feel ready.
Amazing.
But still battling that guilt about it all, you know?
Always. Therapy.
It's just part of the job.
That's right. Yeah, literally. Nice.
Yeah, that didn't answer your question.
No, it did. I think what my conclusion was of when I really sat with that question was like, it's when I'm like genuinely tired. Because that's my burnout, is I physically can do no more.
Yeah.
My effed up head will sit at a laptop, be doing work I'm supposed to be doing, and my inner monologue goes, you're supposed to be being productive. You're supposed to be doing something. What should you be doing right now? And I'm like, I'm doing it, bro. Like, this is it.
Why is the brain so fucked?
And I'm like, whoa, okay, we've got a problem. And same thing with social media. Like, if I'm like now anxious about posting and getting like super anxiety about like, oh my God, I didn't post today. It's like, okay, we need to take a pause. It's not that important. We need to breathe. Like, and when you said it's only you guys creating the show, even if someone released a show that was similar or had the same themes, no one's doing it like how you're doing it. Yeah. And so everyone needs to chill.
Everyone needs to chill.
Like, it's
everyone. There's some people who have a podcast, but no one has your fucking podcast.
Damn straight. Yeah. 100%. Like, yeah. There's so many podcasts. But yeah, nobody has, if you're thinking of doing a podcast, nobody's going to do it like you do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like.
So true.
Breathe a little.
I'm taking a breath right now.
Like,
To be honest, just thinking about it.
I feel lighter
stressing
after talking about this. This is my therapy. Why did I even pay for therapy this week?
I feel that.
I want that e-transfer back.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Like,
I love my therapist. Please
you?
don't leave me. Please don't leave me. So funny. So my final 2 questions I will ask you is, what is something that you would tell your younger self as you started out on this creative journey?
I'd sit her down and I'd have a whole monologue. Shall I give the monologue now? Oh man, I would say let go of fear. Like, fear is just not let go of fear. How about step into the fear? Because fear is inevitable.
Ooh.
Yeah, fear is inevitable because I'm still fucking terrified. To be
Walking through life
completely honest,
terrified.
I'm still terrified, but step into it. Like, do it anyway. Whatever
Yes.
scares you, just say yes anyway. Because then you realize it's actually not so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
The drill agrees.
yeah. Thank you. I know.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
the
like
biggest
stepping
thing.
into the fear.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right. It doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't.
It's going to be there.
It just looks different. Like, the things I'm scared of now are very different than what I was scared of when I was younger or first starting out. But I will say that things have taken me longer because I've tried to, run away from the fear at times. So,
Or get good enough that the fear doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, if I do this perfectly, and I know I can do this perfectly, then why be afraid? And it's
Yeah.
like, no, there's still the risk of fucking up every step of the way.
yeah, and then fucking up again and again
And again.
and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we do this? I don't know.
Yeah. This excellent growth journey, the creative journey is so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. And my last question to you is, what would you, if you could give this chapter in your life a title, what would it be?
How long is the chapter?
How long is the chapter? As long as you want it to be. No
long?
limitations on this.
What part of the plot what chapter? Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold the phone.
Current life.
Current life?
And how you're feeling about current life.
Oh my gosh.
That's the chapter. Oh my
gosh. It might be it, actually. Yeah. Well, if you knew me a year ago,
the prelude. If you knew me a year ago.
Oh my God, the title would be like, Go Get It, Sis, or something. Now it's just like, Go Back to Bed, Sis.
Yo, bitch, rest.
Rest. Just rest. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's hilarious. It's a great answer. Like, you met me a year ago.
Whew.
That's so funny. Well, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thanks for
and
having
doing this.
me.
Oh my God, anytime.
Yeah.
This is fucking great. We'll talk when your show's getting made.
Love that. Yes, we will.
Yay!
Can't wait to tell you the big news.
Ayo. That's right. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
This was so fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. Let me know your favorite part in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next interview.